want to tell you a little bit about my story, and it's just pretty much a story about how good things come from bad situations. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about what happened. I was 22 years old. It was the day after Christmas in 2000, and I was down on the floor playing with my dogs. Anyone have dogs? Anyone have a lab? My lab accidentally scratched my eye, and it ended up getting infected with a parasite called a Canthamoeba. This parasite is actually very common. It lives in the soil and the water, but it's not common that it gets into your system. So when my dog scratched my eye, they think that his paw was dirty and that parasite just slipped right in. Well, it was not good. It was not good at all. What happened is my eye was real red and watery. A lot of the time it was swollen shut, and I really could not do the day-to-day activities. I couldn't read, I couldn't watch TV, I couldn't use the computer, and I certainly couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything where the light in my eye was involved. It was too much. What happened then was it took about 9 months for the infection to go away. I was on disability from my full-time job for 6 months. It was the craziest thing. So what happened when my infection got better, it left a lot of scarring tissue left in my cornea, and the only way to restore my sight was to have a cornea transplant. All right, so I go in, I have my cornea transplant. Immediately after my surgeon took the bandage off my eye, I could actually see better than before the accident. So that was pretty cool. I did have to heal. I did have to continue to take different drops. But as I got better, I just decided, you know what, I've been laying around in my bed for about 6 months. I want to do a triathlon. And in case you guys don't know, a triathlon is where you swim, bike, and run. It's an event that you compete with other people. And that was just a goal that I had just from laying around for a long time. I wanted to get out there and get active. So I did my very first triathlon about 1 year after my cornea transplant. I did it down in St. Petersburg, Florida. It was a 1-mile swim, a 25-mile bike, and a 6-mile run. And I did it in just like a teeny bit over 3 hours. So I was pretty proud of myself. And even though my doctor did not want me to be anywhere near water in my eye, because like I said, that parasite lives in the water as well. So he was always very nervous, but it all worked out fine. I ended up doing more triathlon races, and I even got crazy enough to do an Ironman triathlon in 2005. And an Ironman triathlon is where you swim for 2.4 miles, you bike for 112 miles, and then you do a 26.2-mile run. And these races are crazy because you start at 7 a.m. and you have to finish by midnight to get an official time. So I did it in just over 15 hours, and that was a really neat accomplishment. And it just really helped me to know that we can all do a whole bunch. And I never thought I could accomplish that. I never certainly thought I could do an Ironman triathlon. I didn't even know what it was when I started doing those races. But it was pretty neat. As I was training for the Ironman in 2005, I decided also to do some fundraising for the Georgia Eye Bank. They're a nonprofit organization. And I thought, how cool would it be if I dedicate my race to the Georgia Eye Bank? So I did an event, I did a fundraising event, and I also call it awareness raising because I do want people to know that it is really important to tell your loved ones if you want to be a donor and just make sure they really understand that because it was really important for me to be able to have my sight back being, I just turned 30 years old by the time I had the surgery. So since 2005, I've done a fundraising and awareness raising event every year. This year, I've got a trail run going on up in Cartersville, in case anyone is in that area on March 5th. I've got that going on. The other good thing that happened to me was the president of the Georgia Eye Bank invited me to join the board of trustees in 2006. So I've been on the board, so I've seen firsthand what they do. I've seen the behind the scenes of what they do, and it's really a neat thing. All right, so now, today, people joke with me. They're like, Mari, how did triathlon get to be your life? And what I'm doing now, I've been in the insurance industry for about the last 15 years or so, and I'm actually today in transition where I'm working part-time at my insurance agency, and I'm pursuing a full-time career as a triathlon coach. I've been coaching kind of part-time on the side since about 2008 and really enjoyed it. So I work with athletes now, one-on-one, who want to do like an Ironman triathlon, and I kind of guide them and help them and train with them and do things like that. So I've made triathlon my life. And then I'm also going to be able to have more time to do what I love, which is doing these fundraising and awareness raising events for Georgia iBank. I feel really thankful for everything that's happened to me. I'm thankful to the Georgia iBank for making sure I get the best tissue that was available for when I had to have my surgery. I'm really thankful to my husband who took care of me for all those months. Thankful to my surgeon who was just great. It took a long time to actually diagnose this whole parasite that I had. And he really, I was going to a different physician, and then as soon as I saw David Palais is his name, as soon as I saw him, it's either this, this, or this, and if it's this, we need to get your eye drops right away because they have specially mixed in a pharmacy in California. They have to overnight them. It has to be refrigerated, all this jazz. Because, of course, it turned out to be that, the acanthamiba. But just in the end, I'm thankful for what happened to me. It was a really bad situation. It was a hard time in my life when I was going through having that nasty infection. But the truth is, so many good things have happened to me since then, so I can only be thankful for what happened. Anyone have any questions for me? Thank you.